Joey. I am so thrilled about today's video because something brand new is coming to my channel. I will be doing a new subscription box every month, and it is a long time coming for me. This company is maybe not new to many of you who have been in the beading world for a long time. It's been around for 25 years, and they're like the original bead subscription box. And I have seen them all around the internet for years and years, and I decided that I want to do this every month because it's a seed bead subscription and some others as well. If you're not familiar, I'm going to show you the website. The company is called Adornable Elements, and it's the Beads of the Month Club. And so I just have their website here. I know it's probably terrible to look on an iPad screen, but you can get all these different clubs to choose from. 11O Delicas, 11O seed beads, a gemstone bead, 2-hole beads, a hot and trendy club bead, fire polished. It just goes on like that. And if you can't decide which clubs you want to have coming every month, you can actually sign up to have them rotate those clubs. And it is just so exciting for me because if you've been around my channel for like 5 seconds, I am sure you have seen that almost every project that I design, I start with a project tray and I go pull coordinating seed beads. So like this is a case in point. This is a video that just went up today, and I needed seed beads to do my spaces on both sides of this bracelet and even a couple of the bars, and I use them as spacers. I do seed bead rings. Just in the last 2 weeks, I did seed bead pendant and earring, and I have a video on these gorgeous seed bead beaded beads that do not require a needle and thread. Just these fun little twisty treat spiral beads that I did with seed beads and some check glass. So that is just like a really small sampling of me reaching for seed beads constantly. And I felt like there was a gap in my channel of sharing like a source for seed beads with all of my viewers, especially newer people, because you're just seeing what's out there. And that's one of my jobs, is to show you what is in the beading world, what's available, provide links so it's easy access for you. So I have got my first little card, and for signing up, they had a little bonus of Swarovski crystals, which I am thrilled to get. I used to spend a fortune on Swarovski crystals. I don't do a huge amount of bead weaving anymore with needle and thread, but when I did, this and Swarovski pearls were like staples. So what a beautiful color. I got a little gift. And so these seed beads are curated, and this month's is that I'm unboxing is 11O Beads of the Month, and it is called Citrus Grove. And already I love this. Absolutely love this because it is super organized, and this was one of the things I wanted to change on my channel and in my work, is that not being so random. I mean, I think we all randomly buy beads if we're jewelry makers, but these are so beautifully curated and labeled. So they're all listed on a little ingredient page. And the first one is this gorgeous silver lined green, and they're all 11Os. And here is the code. And so it's like super, super organized. I put them in order of the ingredient list, a few of each of the beads in my little dish. And I'm going to just get close to the camera, tell you what's in the box. And then again, if you know me at all, you know that I've already designed a project. I could not wait for my first month subscription of Adornable Elements to come. I just couldn't wait. I'm so excited for it. And I didn't know what it was going to be, but I did have a few seed bead projects that I've sketched and a few that I've seen around, and I wanted to do my own version, and I'm going to do one of those today with at least one of these seed beads. So we'll start with that first one that I showed you. It's the silver lined green, and then they did this gorgeous transparent yellow. I absolutely love that. And the next one is a transparent orange. And then there is a beautiful transparent chartreuse. I am not a huge green lover, but that is one of my favorite greens. It looks so beautiful with every color. And some of you have heard me say this before. I do have a design background, and people don't always realize that green is a neutral. People think taupe, black, white, cream, gray. They think of those as the neutral colors, but green is also neutral. You can see it if you look in nature. It's the backdrop of every tree, every flower, the grass, and it goes with everything, and it is a wonderful way to add life to just about any color combination. So I love this chartreuse in the transparent, but I'm really crazy about this one, and this one is the same. It's matte transparent chartreuse, and I just love matte seed beads. I don't know what it is about them. They look like tiny little frosty drops. I just love them. And then the next one is a matte transparent emerald, and then there's a transparent dark emerald, and then nickel plated AB. This is gorgeous. There is so many. I hope you are able to see what, through the camera, that it's rendering what I'm seeing. But for this tiny little bead, these are nickel plated and Aurora Borealis. There is, this is a rather expensive bead finish to do. There are purples and golds and teals and like a little bit of copper. Like, this little seed bead colorway is amazing. I absolutely love it. I am so excited to be getting this every month, and so I have a discount code with Adornable Elements. I will put it in the description box of this video, as well as links to the website. Check it out. It's really wonderful. My discount code will give you a discount off your first box, and you will be seeing me using these seed beads, and I'm doing the rotating. So I'm going to be getting other things from this company as well, because one of the things I'm looking forward to is the gemstones, because I get gemstones in all the different boxes sort of at random, again, the way that I've been doing seed beads, and I think it will be amazing to regularly get a curated selection of gemstones to share with you. So I am super excited. This is one of the new things to my channel for 2025, and I am just beyond thrilled. The company is lovely. I had some lovely conversations with them to get started, and I am just so happy about this. You guys know I'm silly about beads. They just make me so happy. So let me show you what we're going to make. I have a little dish here, and I am making a cherry heart earring in copper. So I had some these were left over from something that I got this month, a little heart bead, and I had a little check glass leaf in my stash. Well, I'm holding it backwards, and I am using, there's so many greens, and I thought about the chartreuse green because I love that so much, but I thought with this red and with the copper that I wanted to use, that this pretty matte would be really good. What was that one again? The matte emerald. So it's just beautiful. It's a little heart-shaped cherry earring with a lot of dangle, and it's super easy to make. So I have a ball head pin here. It is a 2-inch ball head pin, and I'm going to thread on one of my little check glass hearts, and then I'm just going to thread some seed beads on here. Whoops, my heart is upside down. When I say that with a bead, it always sounds like a sad novel. My heart is upside down, or a song. I'm just going to count because I forgot what I did. I tend to work in odd numbers. So I'm going to put 17 seed beads on this head pin for my cherry stem. I like to work in the odd numbers, and for me it was just about the right length for the millimeter size of my heart's an 8mm check glass heart. Okay, that's 17. Let me just make sure I didn't miscount. It looks perfect. I love these matte seed beads. They're so beautiful. I reach for seed beads literally in almost every design. It's rare that I don't reach for them, and I say this all the time. If you get a strand of micro-faceted gemstones or anything, and you wanted something with some length, which is typical of me, I really like long necklaces, you can really stretch your gemstones by spacing them out with seed beads, and they're so small, and if you match up your colors, you don't really notice the seed beads, but you actually see your gemstones more, and you make a, you know, a shorter strand could even be double the size that it is. So I just love seed beads. So I am going to put a simple loop in the top of this wire. So I'm just going to grab it right at the top of my stack of seed beads and give it a little bend, and I'm going to place my round nose plier right in there. The way that I do my simple loops when I'm not using the one-step looper, it kind of looks like I'm starting a wrapped loop, because I do the same movements. I bring the wire over the top barrel, rotate my plier out of the way, and then I bring the wire around to the back and get that simple loop centered just the way that I want it. And when I take my plier away, I have a perfect loop, but then I come right here with the tip of my cutters and I snip right where my loop is coming back to the downward part of the wire. And then of course I will put my pliers to it. I put my pliers to everything because I really like to work harden, and just I'm a little bit of a fuss budget with my jewelry. So my little cherry is done, and now I have a piece of 22 gauge copper wire. It's copper plated with an anti-tarnish coating. This is from Softflex. I love their wire. And I'm going to take my little check glass bead and put my wire through. There is a front and a back to this bead. It's a little bit concave, convex on this side and a little bit concave. So I'm going to make that the front. And this is really soft wire, so I'm just going to pull these two up together. And I want to get as close to the top as I can for this little leaf. And I love that this leaf is even heart-shaped a little bit. So I'm just drawing them together. Can you see what I did with my pliers? And now I'm going to come right here and just snip that wire, the shorter one. Just make sure that I'm only snipping the shorter one. And now I'm going to grab right there again, and now I will do a normal wire wrapped loop, and I'm going to wrap down right over the part that I cut. And I'm staying really on the tip of my pliers because I really want this to be small. It's a small leaf. So now I will do a wire wrapped loop, but same thing. I start it the same way, just get everything centered, and then I'll just wrap right down to my little heart-shaped Jack Glass leaf. I tend to do my wraps really neat in a coil where one, if I just like that, if I see that I'm misaligned, I'll back down. But if you like the look of messy wraps, or if you wanted to make this chunkier where you wrap down and then wrap back up to your loop, you know, this type of an earring, it looks good when you do that. And I'm just gonna like tidy up my coil a little bit and trim my wire in the back. And just make sure there's nothing sharp. Just tuck that little cut end. Okay, now I'm ready to attach to an ear wire. I took some of the same Softflex wire, the 20 gauge, and made a really small jump ring. And I'm just going to put everything on my ear wire. Let me switch hands here, put my little jump ring tool on. So ear wire facing forward. I'll attach the jump ring, and then I'm going to attach my little cherry stem and then my leaf. And I like to mirror my earrings, so when I did this one, I attached the leaf first and then the cherry stem, and on this one I attached the cherry stem first and then the leaf. And then also I turned my simple loop on my cherry stem toward the back of the earring. It's just a detail. When I close this, I'll show you what I mean. And again, for people with a lot of experience. I know that's boring information. For me, it's just a detail, but it adds quality to my work. And I know from all the comments and the private messages that I get that there's a lot of newer people to jewelry making. So I'm sharing some of these tidbits, but my simple loop that I made, I attached it so that the opening of the loop is going toward the back of the earring. And that just, you know, it's seamless and it's just a detail. A lot of people would never notice that, but when I'm putting it together, you know, I do notice that. So this is probably going to be this ear, and I'm just going to give my little cherry stem a cherry stem bend. It's good not to do your seed beads too tight when you're doing things like that. Oh, these are the cutest earrings, and they're so dangly. I just love that. Just love it. Oops, I have that one backwards. So lovely. So I will put some pictures up at the end of the video of the little cherry stem earrings. They're super easy. It was something I had wanted to make because I've been getting so many hearts in my boxes this month, and I thought I just need to use some of these hearts for some designs, and I have more coming. But I was thrilled to get all these greens because, like I said, greens are neutral and they are just wonderful to have. And so I do have a little bit of a stash of seed beads and a little bit of a stash of gemstones, but this is going to be so exciting for me. There are so many wonderful aspects of the Beads of the Month Adornable Elements clubs. For one thing, you can choose your quantity. You can do a double subscription, and then you'll get double the quantity of whatever, if it's 11 seed beads or delicas or the gemstone curated selection, or you can do the single. You save more money if you do the double. And also, I forgot to mention, when you get your insert every month, there is a website code that you can type in and get free patterns every month. And you guys, they are gorgeous. I went to look at them and they are just absolutely stunning. It is so exciting to just have all of this at my fingertips, and I'm so happy to add this to my channel. So I hope everybody is safe and well and having fun on your beading mats. See you in the next video. Ciao, friends.